How much of a difference does 1% make on your mortgage? I'll walk you through how much 1% can save you monthly and how much it can save over the life of the loan. My name is Sam. I've been in finance for 15 years. I'm also the author of The Strategic First-Time Homebuyer. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what 1% really costs, and you'll learn a negotiation trick that most buyers have never even heard of. Let's start with the payment. We're keeping this one simple, principal and interest only. Principal and interest. The loan is $500,000 on a 30-year fixed. Today's average rate is about 6.85%, and we'll compare that to 5.85, exactly 1% lower. At 6.85, the principal and interest payment is about $3,276 a month. At 5.85, it's about $2,950. That 1% just changed your payment by $327 a month. That's almost $4,000 a year for the exact same house. But the monthly payment is a small part. Let's talk about total interest. Total interest. That's everything you pay the bank over 30 years, on top of the money you actually borrowed. At 6.85, you'd pay about $679,000 in interest. At 5.85, it's about $562,000. So that 1% costs you about $117,000 over the life of the loan. That's not a rounding error, that's like a college fund. So how do you get the lower rate? You can literally buy it. It's called buying down the rate. Buying down the rate. And you do it with something called discount points. Discount points. You pay the lender money one time, and in exchange, they permanently lower your interest rate. Now, the pricing on that changes day to day and lender to lender. But here's the part most people miss. You don't always have to be the one paying for it. Sometimes the seller can pay it for you, and that's where this gets fun. Here's a bonus tip almost nobody uses. When you buy a home, the lender orders an appraisal. Appraisal. That's an independent opinion of what the home is actually worth. And sometimes that appraisal comes back higher than the price you agreed to pay. So let's say you're under contract at $500,000 and the appraisal comes back at $510,000. Here's the move. You offer the seller $10,000 more to match the appraised value. And in exchange, the seller gives you a $10,000 credit to buy down your interest rate. Sounds crazy, right? Why would anybody volunteer to raise the price? Watch the math. That extra $10,000 on the loan raises your payment by about $66 a month. But if that $10,000 credit buys your rate down the full percent, then your payment drops by about $333 a month. You just ended up $268 a month better off than where you started. And over the life of the loan, you'd pay about $106,000 less in interest. Meanwhile, the seller walks away with about the same net amount. The seller gets their number and you get the payment. Now, a few honest caveats. The seller has to agree to it. The appraisal has to actually come in higher. Your lender has limits on how much credit you can use. And buy down pricing is different on every loan, every single day. So treat these numbers as estimates. You also might decide that buying down the rate is a waste of money if you think rates will fall naturally. Also, if you're in a buyer's market, the seller may just pay for your closing costs and pay for some buy down. But now you know what 1% really is. It's $327 a month. It's 6 figures over the life of the loan. And you know a trick to go get it. Use it at the negotiation table. If you found this useful, subscribe for more first-time homebuyer tips. If you found this video helpful and you're feeling ready to buy your first home, head over to noobhomebuyer.com/agent. and I'll connect you with a good lender or agent. The agent pays me a referral fee once you buy, so it's my goal to help you feel ready and connect you with the best professionals so you can succeed. Either way, I'm rooting for you.
They're gonna buy me a house.